Hey y'all, it is book review day. I'm so super excited. Today is Stephen King's The Green Mile. Y'all tell me why I was bawling my eyes out at the end. Please, just tell me why. Oh my gosh. Okay, before we get into that, I have to show you my bookmark. I know it's from The Shining and not The Green Mile, but oh my god, can y'all see that? I'm gonna try to get, it's probably blurry, but anyway, it says, "Come play with us, Danny." Excuse me. And it's so cute. One of our local artists at our boutique made this, and I was like, I have to have it. All right, on to the things. Yeah, so The Green Mile, the genre here, I would go with supernatural-ish. It's not really a thriller. And let's discuss something else here real quick. So I have read Fairy Tale and now The Green Mile by Stephen King. I was under the impression that all of his books were like super kind of grotesque and scary, and they're not. Like, because I read like Carrie and it's all blood everywhere, and I read The Shining, which, don't read that in the dark if you're home alone, because oh my god. And so I kind of had the impression that all his books were just kind of scary, and they're really not. And like, oh my god, he's beyond, obviously he's amazing. He's beyond a fantastic storyteller. Like, this one was so easy to read. I started it on the 2nd. I finished it last night, bawling my eyes out. It's fine. Everything's fine. It was so easy to read because it's written, the guy is the main character, Paul, is writing about this story as he's finally nearing the end of his life, and it's like he's writing a letter to a friend. So you're just listening to someone tell a story, and it is the characters and the details, and it flashes back a little bit to current time, but it flows, like, it works really, really well, and you don't forget anything that happened before in the other time. And so it's just, oh y'all. Okay, my copy has 462 pages, and it was published in 96. Now, the cool thing with this one, he actually published it as a serial novel, right? So he was like, back in the day when you had to like watch TV shows, you had to like wait till the next week for the next one to come out. That kind of thing, but like with a book. So he was like dripping out the content, and it was not something he'd ever done. And then he decided to like give it a go, and it was largely successful. There, he did say, I think at the end, in the afterword, he said it gives people, because he had 6. I'm fun. Okay, 6 parts to it, and he said it just gave people 6 chances to, ring me up. And but anyway, it's fascinating book. Okay, I definitely gave this a 10 out of 10. If y'all can't tell already, this is a solid 10 out of 10. Definitely read it again. I was just kind of full of all kinds of emotions. I was surprised at parts. I was very angry at some parts. This is set back in the 30s, I think, right? So there's a whole lot of good racial tensions and stuff like that too, which just angers me to no end. But then also just the cruelty in general of people toward people. Obviously, the Green Mile is this death row, and so people who've gotten there have done some things. But so it's like sadness and happiness, and and then wonder at like, how did this even happen? And I haven't seen the movie. Okay, so here's the other thing. I haven't seen the movie, so this book was a complete and total surprise to me, and I am glad that it worked out that way for me. Now I can go see the movie. Go see it. Rent it? Buy it? I don't know. What do you do these days? Download it? There you go. I'll find it somewhere. I loved the first character I wrote down that I love is Mr. Jingles, the mouse. Okay, so that's where I'm at. Obviously, John Coffey, and who is our other main character, I don't know, the wonder of wonders, I guess. And then Paul, our main character, and Brutus, aka Brutal. I think really Paul and all the other guys, I won't say all the other guys, most of the guys that he worked with were truly kind people at heart. So obviously, okay, so like the bad guys, right? Can't jive with the bad guys. One of them was another death row guy, Wild Billy. Anyway, read the book, watch the movie, you'll find out the multitude of reasons why you don't like that guy. And then Percy too. Percy was just a jerk. He was one of the guards, but he got there because like he had connections, and he was out to torment the inmates instead of, you know, kind of making their last days as reasonable as possible. I don't know. There were no areas of confusion. Like I said, this was splendidly written, absolutely wonderfully written. And the ending for me was expected but unexpected. Like, I don't know, it's fantastic. It's Stephen King. I don't know. I feel like his are always going to be that way. All right, favorite quotes. I have two that I wrote down. Like, I don't know, he got really, like, he got in my feels, y'all. Like, I was bawling. Okay, so one quote here, it says, I mean, we're fixing to kill a gift of God, he said, one that never did any harm to us or to anyone else. What am I going to say if I end up standing in front of God the Father Almighty and he asks me to explain why I did it? That it was my job? My job? Y'all. Okay. And then, so Paul, this is him in the current time in the book, and he said, John saved me too. And years later, standing in the pouring Alabama rain and looking for a man who wasn't there in the shadows of an underpass, standing amid the spilled luggage and the ruined dead, I learned a terrible thing. Sometimes there is absolutely no difference at all between salvation and damnation. Yo, if this book doesn't make you think, I'm not sure what would. Again, 10 out of 10. If y'all haven't read it, I know I'm behind the times. This thing was 1996, but I just got a copy of it at an estate sale, and yeah, oh my gosh, I love it. I love it. All right, so that was like my quick experience with this book, and I'm happy it is among my collection. And I do have two questions for y'all. If you have made it this far, thank you so much. Is there anything else, as I'm doing these book reviews, is there anything else about my experience that you want to hear about, learn about, know about, any other aspects of reading in general? And the ending too. So I wanted to see if y'all could help me out with this. So my ending choices are wrapped up nicely, fell flat, cliche, too much left open, expected, and unexpected. Are there any other options I need to have on there? I don't know. You guys let me know what you think there. And that'll wrap us up for today. Again, Green Mile.